Spughetts. I'm Spughetts, and welcome to Let's Play Uncanny Valley. Uncanny Valley is an indie title. It's a bloody indie horror game. It's kind of got a pretty good story. A lot of disturbing imagery, as you can see here. It's just pleasant, really. I choose to believe because they're pretty hard to tell what these things are. I choose to believe these are just deflated balloons, really big deflated balloons. Did not realize this at first. The titular main character just lying there on the floor, just asleep on the job. These things kind of acting like those things you see in nurseries, you know, that go above the baby. Dead bodies. It's a pretty good game. I got it the other day. I'm not going in completely blind. I'm going in. I've done 3 playthroughs of this game so far. I've gotten the worst ending in every single playthrough so far. So I think I've seen about half of the game. So half of the game I'm gonna be playing like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and the other half I've just got no concept of what the hell's going on. So this tutorial, there's the buttons here. Again, when I get there, I'll explain that there is something incredibly critical that is missing on this page. I don't know whether it was meant to be missing as well. It's possible that it was meant to be missing, but it is just critical, and it just completely fucked me up in a couple of previous run-throughs. So that's that, and then there's a bit of an explanation of the inventory system. So yeah, it's an inventory. It's not really a point-and-click adventure game, but it kind of is. I guess it is. It's point-and-click. It's sort of a mixture of point-and-click and survival horror. So you got an inventory system. Basically, you click on shit and you chop shit up. You can, interact with the world, blah, blah, blah. There's also a health system. Like, you get bandages, you heal. It's not much more complicated than that. Mechanically, the game's very simple. There's not much to it. What is there is pretty fucking janky. So it carries itself on the strength of its story, and the story itself is pretty fucking janky as well. But it's charming janky though at the same time. It can be generally pretty spooky. So there it is. There it is. Fuck, they did explain it. Well, never mind. Let's face with that. Always read those screens apparently, because yeah, that screen got me killed last game. That one screen, because I did not read it. I just blasted past it. Damn, that's really annoying me. Alright, so anyway, this is a game. As you can see, we're asleep again. He sleeps a lot, this character. He's got problems with his sleeping patterns. As you can see, he's sleeping in a dumpster, so this is sort of like a general Monday night for me, really. Get your ass up. Got weird animations. He breathes very heavily. He's just sort of boop, 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 bobbing up and down. Just chilling, just walking. Okay, confused, obviously. One thing that I'd like to point out right now, if I could, is the ridiculous posture he has when you crouch. So if you press S, you crouch. Just look at this. Look at him! What is that? What is it? Like his neck disappears. He just it looks like he's like fucking playing footy or something. He's like get into the ruck. This is a bike that's smoking. Of course, I think this is supposed to be ominous or foretelling of something. And of course, a dumpster. There's a few puzzles in the game, which is like, okay, dumpsters are the solution. It's good that there's a lot of dumpsters in here. Yep, we just go. So we're just gonna start moving to the right. Lovely day. There's a bit of trees. Let's start sprinting because you can sprint. And we're getting straight off the bat, you get chased. Oh, we got a little dude back there. Oh, there is stamina in the game, so you can't just run infinitely, and elevators also take a while to arrive. So it's fucking spamming that E. Get a snack while we're here. Whoop, nope, things up. And then we run again. None of these doors open. It's E to open doors, and you'll just hear the sound of the doors closing constant, like being locked constantly, because there's a shitload of doors in this fucking game. So you can't open any of these things. Again, these black dudes who I assume are just black men, to be honest. Which is an incredibly racist game, really. And that's it. And that's the start of the game. Black people chased you, and then broke into your house. This whole game is actually an allegory on racial tension. Oh. Yeah, so he's having night terrors because he's a big whiny baby. Um, one of the things about this game is that it tends to alternate between obviously the real world, like what is real and what is non, a lot. Um, it's pretty hard to tell what is and what isn't, but I mean, eventually it just becomes like obvious, like when you're in the fucking dream world. Those black dudes usually mean that you're in the dream world, but then again, is it the dream world though, or is it a flashback? You don't really know what's real and what isn't. This is the first thing that you can go into this door. I did this last time. You can just chill in here. There's just nothing that I can see. It looks like you should be able to pick something up in here. You spam space, pick stuff up. So you hear me just spamming space. Boss hog. Just nothing. It's just a room there. Just be a bitch. Got the old MTC in the background. Got that homeless guy. Classic movies. Classic. Assume it's a movie. And there's a bit. Oh, hang on. Can we walk this way? No, we can't. Well, it was worth a try. There's a big dog. The Baxter. Can't go that way. So the Buxter is the Buxter's the current security guard at the place where we're going. I won't explain any more of the story until we get there, I guess. Fuck. Look at the way he walks. It's just fucking ridiculous. Look at him. Oh god. You can just imagine the sound he's making. Like it's just here we are. Is what's written, but it's just what it'd be like, here we are. Fat shaming the shit out of this motherfucker. Yeah, this is man. Oh goddamn, you walk slow as well, you fat bitch. Jesus Christ. Again, I'll let this little go before I explain any more of the story. Okay, we got an elevator. It's good. Okay, so we have to go up the elevator every night. Right, so only the best employees had access to this. It's locked tight and we don't need a patrol there. Obviously, that's where we gotta fucking go. Look at this, it's got a red stripe on it. For goodness sakes. Game design, everybody. It's a workstation. Buck keeps a clean workstation, I think. I like how they went all in on Buck. That's the thing. They just went all in on him. He's just fat. He's fucking slob. He's just disgusting all around. Alright, so now I'm running to the apartment. As I'm running to the apartment, let me explain a little bit about the story. Your name's Tom. You've been hired to be a security guard at this big building. Which is currently empty. It's got no people in it. You are completely isolated from everything. You're sort of like you're miles away from the nearest town, and you live in this apartment block, which was built basically for the people that worked in the building before they all left. So that's really all the story we know up to this point. This point in the game, and this is Eve. So we're really friendly to her. Really friendly. Real friendly. Really friendly. She's not a good person. That's what I'll say. No spoilers. It's the first piece. No spoilers. But she is not the person that you take home to mum. Um, she's not the kind of person that you'd put a ring on that finger. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the deal is with some of these graphics. I think this is supposed to be a 6 because I mean it goes 4, 5, but then it just looks like another 4. It does not look like much of a 6. And then if we come up 1, I guess that's supposed to be an 8, and then they just quit with the numbers altogether, and none of these doors are like openable. I don't think we can open any of these doors. Anyway, we best be getting back. You know, Buck told us that we're gonna get to shift as quickly as we can. Boom, and there we are. There's nothing here, nothing here. You can't interact with any of this shit. Let's get in there. So there we are, Tom the security guard. Welcome, welcome. Come one, come all. Tom the big dog, the security monster. That's what I'd say. Tactical crouch. Boom. Fucking terrifying. What are you gonna do? What would you even do in this situation? Look at him. He's a boss. Ground floor. Good snap. Can I go in here? Right. This is one part of the game that I feel is probably the most obscure. It's not even really a puzzle. I wouldn't call this a puzzle. You see that? We just picked up a fire extinguisher. Now, you'd think that means that there's something, you know, it has to be used somewhere in the apartment building, and you'd be right. You'd be correct. It also gets used constantly everywhere else. Not constantly, but in some pretty fucking choice places. Oh, this was what I'd say. It's a fucking fire extinguisher. The way you use it makes no sense at all. The first time I found out how you used it was by just complete luck. I literally just randomly clicked and it did something. I was like, holy shit. Obviously that forest is like the rape forest. That's where the rapes happen. Have not come across anything bad there at all. Yet. So maybe, I don't know what's going on with that forest. It's weird as shit. Buck talks shit about us being late, even though it's only just started. Obviously, you see bottom left-hand corner, you hold T, you get a time left on your shift. So I'll explain the mechanics of this game real briefly. Obviously, every day you have to show up for your shift. You get a certain amount of time to explore the building, and then you have to go home and go to sleep. If you fall asleep on the job, bad things happen. If you don't show up for a shift, bad things happen. Yeah, that's about it. If you oversleep, you can oversleep as well. Got a tape there. And this is a tape machine, so let's play that bad boy.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello. How are you feeling today?
Fine. It's fun being with you. How are you?
Busy as ever, I'm afraid. What do you think of your new home?
It's perfect, Doctor. Is there any way I could help you? It would be no trouble.
We're going to be seeing each other quite a bit over the next few weeks. I'm hoping that you can cooperate with me and answer some questions.
Of course.
Let's begin with some basic questions. What day is it?
It's Monday.
Good. And do you know the time?
10:05 a.m.
Great. And what's the square root of 3,844?
62, Doctor.
Impressive. Where are you from, dear? Can you remember? What's your name?
I feel...
Answer my questions. What are you feeling? Are you alright?
Sorry. I'm fine, Doctor. How may I help you?
Alright, so creepy? Slightly. Obviously a robot of some description. Let's read some emails. Get used to this screen. Real settle in for the email screen because there's a lot of this. There's a lot of this fucking bullshit. This is not to remember. Things don't usually slip my mind, but I think I forgot my key card at your place. First mention the old key card. The key cards, again, it's one of those really things in this game that are not intuitive at all because you read a lot of emails about the cards and then they just end up being in the stupidest fucking places that don't seem to match up with what the emails are. But it's probably just me being a retard. This is a good email. I've seen these emails before at work in my real life because I'm usually sending them. You always get fucked in the ass. That's true. That's what you send. That's appropriate for the workplace. Oh, what time is it? All right, so we got two and a half minutes left basically to explore. Before I go any further, I am going to say that I am absolutely terrible with puzzles in video games. So if you're expecting someone to just blitz through this, or if you're watching this going, man, he's blitzing through this, no, it is only because I have done this section before. So usually I'm pretty bad with puzzles, and I'm sure you'll see that later on if you keep watching this fucking Let's Play. Voice recognition. I'm not going to read all this. I'm not going to read all these. I'll give you the short version because they're all basically the same. Again, this is another part of the game that's interesting, but not that useful. Is there's a ton of emails, and they all sort of eventually just blend into each other. Basically, all the emails in this room and in the previous room are about the computer, the AI that they're developing. So, they're developing an AI. That's what they're doing. Let's go up to the next floor, I guess, and have a look. I can't remember what's on floor 2. I think it's the recreation room or something. Let's peep it. Got a few video games here. Can't play the video games, which is a little bit disappointing. Can't really interact with anything in here. I'll play with the pool balls. It's a recreation room. Don't know why the music kicks off when you go in here, but it does. Might just be because we're less than a minute left. Again, kitchen. It's all like subtly creepy. We got another tape. It's not like super creepy. It's just like it's real slow burn. It's a real slow burn. Let's run back. Fuck, he runs like a knob as well. Look at his legs. Now, it is absolutely critical. I cannot stress this enough. If you do not get, oh yeah, I got another tape in here. If you do not get back to your bed to sleep at night, fuck, shit kicks off real bad. At least it did for me. Maybe it's not the same every time, but yeah, yeah. Get used to seeing that because he complains about being tired a lot. Old Bucky boy be checking in for his shift now, so we'll let him do that. Of course, we don't see him, which is weird. Check the car. Can't go that way. I always thought it'd be cool if you could go that way, and there's nothing there. Back through the Forest of Rapes. Fuck, that's a weird looking rock. First time I saw that rock, I was like, whoa, what is that? It's a rock. Another annoyance that you got to turn your flashlight on every single time you go out. If you keep going in that direction, there's like a power generator room, and you'll see that later on. Whoops. We'll just do a little bit of exploring. As far as I know, I don't think there's anything back here. It feels like there should be something back here, but then there just isn't. It says a dead end, which is odd. What the fuck that is? That looks weird. I think it's a heater. Bin. Right, let's get the fuck in there. Damn it. Want some free goddamn snacks. What floor are we on? We're on the first floor, I think. Right, there we are. So let's go to sleep. Boom. And we have another one of these dream sequences. So far, I think the trick with these is just to leg it straight to the right. This is pretty creepy, this thing. Very steampunk. I like the steampunk aesthetic. Looks like a really expensive coffee machine. A $20,000 coffee machine, am I right, Star Citizen followers? Yeah, that's right. We're topical here at Spughetts Cast, or whatever the fuck I'll call this. Yeah, it's a lovely little area. Oh, mate's just having a bad time. Oh, he's still alive. He's struggling. Oh, no, he's dead now. I don't know what that boy just did over there. It looks like he's giving head to the fucking floor. Oh, mate, just shaking. Now we can exit. We can keep walking to the right and we go this bad boy. What does this dude want? And he's just chasing after us for no reason. Just chasing after us, really. And that's it. An hour away. And the second day has begun. Well, technically the first day, fucking bullshit game. It's proved me dead wrong. Click on this. Meet me in the relaxation room tonight. Second floor, first on the left. Sounds relaxing. What could go wrong? Tune in next time.